Hey guys, thanks for joining in. We will begin in a short time. I'm just waiting for people to join in. Hope all of you are doing well. Yeah, we'll begin shortly. Hey everyone, hope all of you are doing good. Uh, it's 4. I see a few people are still joining in. So I'll just wait for a minute and then begin. We will be recording this session and sharing that with you as well. So please, in case there are things that you think you didn't understand or want to go through again, that definitely will be available to you later. So while others are joining, let's just uh, thanks a lot again for joining in. Hopefully, you will get to learn something new over here, and you will go back uh, with more knowledge, hopefully better than what you know right now, and possibly this adds some value to you. That's essentially the attempt that we are making right now. So before we begin, let's just ensure you guys are able to hear me. So can you see the raise the hand button on your screens? Can you just raise that just to ensure you call out that you are able to understand or hear me properly and see the slides well? Okay, I see a few hand raises for sure. Perfect. Perfect. So I believe I'm assuming that you are able to see us. And yep, Mansi has put in an caution signal. I think she's facing some problems. You need to join using the audio, and then you should be able to hear us. Uh, Anyways, yeah, thanks. So I think everybody is able to hear me. Thanks a lot for that. So let's just begin with this. To start off with, congratulations, all of you are here. Um, you have taken time out on a weekend. You are trying to learn something new. That's brilliant. You have already taken the first step to starting something new. I definitely want to appreciate that and congratulations. Let's see how we can help you on your journey ahead. Before we begin, I just wanted to understand what is your background or uh, what is that you do with WordPress. So the first item, I would want to start with a small poll. So we'll run this poll for like 30 seconds and wait for you to update. So how would you identify yourself in the WordPress journey right now? So a few options. Would you say that you are an individual trying to start a blog, a small organization, looking to create website for yourself or someone else as a business, a professional who manages sites for other people and not an organization, or an individual who's just trying to keen on learn. So uh, do let me know. I am waiting. I have a few people still left. Good. I see at least half of you guys have already done that. Please go ahead and answer this so we can move on post that. I'll wait for like 20 more seconds for you to update. Almost done. Perfect. Thanks a lot, guys, for voting on this. Uh, that said, now since I know the mix, one more quick poll. This is the last one for the day. I just wanted to understand how the for the people who are doing this again and again, uh, how many sites have you actually worked with till now? As in, have you worked with one or more sites, 5, 10, 20 plus? Do you teach and you're just there to see, or you have not started yet? So this is going to be really something new for you, and there's something new that you're starting off with. We'll wait for like 15 more seconds. Nice. We have almost everybody who's responded to that. Thanks a lot. Perfect. So that's all done with all the polls that are there. So let's move on. So what are we trying to cover today, or what have we planned today essentially? So if you look at what we are what's planned, so I'm assuming again this is a follow-up in the series that we started a few months back. So if you haven't seen previously, we have given or we have taken a small session and taken you through the Bluehost panel on how you log in and how the WordPress installation is done. Essentially, it's pretty straightforward. As soon as you log in, we ask you three questions, and your WordPress site is up and running, or your WordPress setup is up and running. So I will begin from there. So I'm assuming you have spun up a WordPress site. You possibly don't know how to customize it or something. It just is showing the default landing pages that are there. So we go from there, we look at the dashboard. I'll just give you an idea of what the dashboard, what are those buttons that you see, what are those sections that you see. uh, Then you can launch your site. Some cleaning up that's required before you start building a site. Uh, Plugins, what plugins you should add for this, creating pages, adding maps to your website, adding a gallery, few other items like adding a contact us page, creating a blog, add blog post, disabling comments, navigation bar, changing the landing page image, a few of these things. So this is what I'm going to cover. So essentially, I am not going to help you build a shopping cart or a e-commerce site right now. I'm expecting that since you're starting off, this is the first site. You are either trying to build your site for your business or somebody else who has a business, maybe a coffee shop down the line. You maybe you own a coffee shop and you just want people to discover you. So that's what I'll be looking at. So what I will help you do is uh, create a layout, understand how to use these tools and stuff, and possibly you can learn and build on that later on as you go. In the next 35, 40, 45 minutes that we have, I will definitely create or take you through the entire process of creating a fully running website, which you can then take forward. So yeah, I hope you are excited. I am definitely. So let's begin. Uh, I just wanted to point out that a few of these items have been recorded just to ensure that there are no internet delays or stuff that is happening. So I will pause and explain to you as we go through. If you have questions, please keep on adding them. Someone will assign that to me, and I will try and take those questions right now or and at the end as well. So you have enough opportunity. If there is something that you are not sure of, please do reach out. Cool. Let's begin. So the first type is logging into WordPress. Once you're logged in, you land onto the dashboard. So what do you do once you land on the dashboard? So this is where we start from. So if you have bought hosting from Bluehost, as soon as you launch your site and log in to WordPress, this is where you launch. This is part of the WordPress dashboard. I think there is some delay. I'm just waiting for stuff to sync in, the video to sync in. Just let me know when you start seeing it. Just I'll just wait for somebody just pointed out that it's a little slow. So just a second. I'm just waiting for people to catch up. Perfect. So now that you see this, so this is what you see when you uh, buy a package from Bluehost. Once you have set up your site, you have created your website. Uh, Here is where you launch and come. Once you are here, uh, what essentially you should do is you see this coming soon section that's over here. That means your website is still not live. So you should actually go and you need to go live with this. So click on the launch your site button. Once you do that, uh, it'll take some time. This coming soon will go away and your site is now launched. It's essentially right. That coming soon page is essentially for you to have a placeholder till you are building your site. Right now, when you start with this, it will just have some dummy data. Uh, the menu that you see over here under Bluehost, you see Jetpack, Dashboard, Post, Media, Plugins. This is just the navigation menu that's there. So there are multiple options. Everything does something or the other. We'll go through a lot of these today for sure. Uh, so the first thing that we will do is we'll go to the plugin section. Uh, let's see what happens when we go to the plugin section. So you see a lot of these pop-ups that are showing up and down. Those essentially are from the plugins that you have installed, and you see a list of plugins that come pre-installed with your WordPress powered website. So you don't need all plugins to start off with. There are some plugins you need later. There are some plugins you need right now, and there are some plugins you frankly do not need ever as well. Like Hello Dolly. Again, personally, I don't think it adds value to what I am trying to build up, but a few people like that. Uh, so that's the plugin that you should be possibly disabling. So what I will do is I will go through this. Again, one thing in WordPress, to achieve one thing, there are multiple ways. So here, if you look at, there is a checkbox, and then you can select the drop down and deactivate, or you can go to each plugin manually or individually and deactivate. So you can do this however you want. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep one or two plugins active. Others I will deactivate and keep, because I don't want to use that today to build this website. So let's go ahead with that and see how it's done. So Bluehost I'll keep active. It has uh, the few specific things that I need to be able to connect. Uh, I'm disabling all the other plugins to start off with. I have kept WP Forms, the plugin that's there. I have not deactivated that because I will show you why. We wanted a contact us form, right? So we are going to use that for the contact us form. All other plugins we disable. So except Bluehost and WP Forms, everything else is deactivated. Now see, if you see, everything else shows as white, that is deactivated, and Bluehost and WP Forms are the only plugins that are in blue. That means they are active. So this is the first thing that you do. Once that's done, then we'll go to settings and click on general. Here, this is your this is the domain name that's there on my website, the one that I'm using right now. But one thing that you should do, and to ensure that, just go through that if you want to change anything over there, and then post that settings permalinks. This one is one thing I would say critical. If you want people to discover your site, if you want your site to be in search engines and stuff, this part is critical. This mainly defines how your site shows up or how your articles show up. So if you look at, if you don't select anything, by default plain is selected. The URL format is very unfriendly. It's exclamation p equal to 123. So you need to remember which post or which page that is. So you would rather change it to post name. What that does is it creates a simple URL, and the URL also has the post header in its name. So the post name itself becomes, so this is how it shows up. This also helps you in SEO. So that's one of the reasons, and your site looks a lot cleaner, as in 1 2 3 numbers and stuff. I don't think it's easy to understand. Then if you go to appearance, there are themes. When you click on this, you will see all the themes that are installed. So by default right now 2020 is the one that comes installed and activated. It shows as the active theme. We pre-installed Sinatra 2019, 2017, a few themes. Out of all these, frankly, I like 2017. I like to work on 2017. Again, there is no theme that's right, no theme that's wrong. What works for you works for you. Themes, there are premium themes, there are free themes. All these over here are free. You should be able to use that. For this, I am not going to ask you to spend any money. Just go with the free theme. You want to start a first website, let's just use one of these. I will take you through how to use 2017 today. Let's go through that. So yeah, what we do, and this is how the the current, on the current theme, this is how your WordPress is looking right now. That was the 2020 theme. So I don't know. I don't like the color combination of this site, so I would rather not go there. Again, this is the top menu. This is also a way of navigating. So once you're on your site, you will see these buttons. You will see the drop down that you are seeing right now, the dashboard themes, customize, caching, WP forms. You see I'm signed in. All this will show up on the front of your site only if you are logged in. So the customers that are coming to your site will not see the entire form, and they will see just everything below that. Uh, so this I am actually trying to build, or I'm working on a way to build a site for one of the shops that I normally go to. It's an optician. So I just thought, let's take an example of a optician that's there. I think so. He already has a site, but I was just trying to build something. Obviously, I'm not going to go ahead and give the site to him. It's just so that we understand how we can create a site around this. So yeah, so that's your top navigation menu. Your theme. So I clicked on 2017, I clicked on activate, and now the theme will change. Let's see. Once the new theme is activated, see the same site now shows with the 2017 theme. So yep, that's essentially how you change the theme. So we did go through a few items over here. Let's go to the next part. What does the next part include? So, so here we'll do some quick housekeeping. That's what I would call out. What do you mean by quick housekeeping? Let's clean up a few things. We did clean up a few plugins in the first part, but we should definitely do some more cleanup as well. So let's go through that. So now this is how your site is looking. So from your top navigation menu, dashboard, everything starts from the dashboard. So you go there. This is how your dashboard normally looks. That time, the first time we had gone to the Bluehost specific landing page. But now this is your normal WordPress dashboard. If you buy WordPress hosting from someone else, or if you install it somewhere else, except Bluehost, you will not see the Bluehost plugin. You will see dashboard onward. So that Bluehost specific buttons are only available for Bluehost specific sites. Uh, so this is where you go. Again, now there is some dummy data that's available. So when you saw the site, you did see some hello world and some random text that was there. So the WordPress installation happens with a few set of pre-installed pages, sample pages and stuff. So let's go ahead and clean those. So again, similarly, you can either thrash click directly on the article or post and thrash, or you can multiple, select a drop down and then click thrash. So it works both ways, multiple ways of achieving the same. Whichever way works for you, works for you. There is no right way or wrong way. So now once this is done, this is clean. Now let's go to post. If there are any dummy posts, okay, there is one post. Let's clean that as well. So we start from a clean state. We don't want anything. We'll create everything that we want. Uh, let's see if there are any comments. None, no comments are present. So perfect. So now we have cleaned up everything that was there on that came pre-installed with the site. Uh, so since this is done now, let's now see. Now go to Now let's select the plugins that we want to install. So which are the plugins that we want to try and install? I said that we'll install a few plugins. We disabled a bunch of these, but there are a few plugins that we should be installing to achieve what we want to. So we want to create a site with specific items, right? So I'll show you how to do that. Now again, from your dashboard, plugins here, go to add new, and this is a normal list plugins page. You can go to add new from here or from the menu itself. Again, similarly, multiple ways of achieving it. uh, in the keyword, I am using two specific plugins. I am using, again, free plugins, none of the paid plugins. This is to add a map. So if it's a shop or it's a location that you want to show people, so I am trying to add that plugin. Again, we'll do this for free itself. Let's install this. Once this is installed, we will activate it later. Uh, Now there is a second plugin that we want to install. In this, make sure, see, if you look at WP Google Maps, that was the plugin I searched for. There are a lot of plugins named WP Google Map. Uh, Look at this specific logo that I have shown you over here, and that's the one I have used. That doesn't mean others are not working or something. Everything works. Uh, I have created it around this. You can use any other plugin that you need as well. The next one will be Foo Gallery. I just wanted to install a gallery. Again, here I made one mistake while I was recording. Foo Gallery, uh, that was supposed to be typed without the space. I typed with the space, so I couldn't find it at the first shot. So then I changed the name from Foo Gallery to without the this thing space, and now you see the correct plugin. Remember the logo? That's the logo that uh, that's the plugin that I'm choosing. So it is a decently active one. It has like almost 2 lakh plus active installations. Cool. So these are installed. Now once installed, plugins, you can go to installed plugins. When you go there, you will now see the older plugins that we had disabled and the new plugins that we activated. So once we go there, you see these are the plugins. Now WP Google Maps and Foo Gallery is showing up. So the same way we deactivated the plugins, we'll now select these two and activate these two plugins. You can do it that way, or you can click on the activate button as well and do it one at a time. Apply. That's about it. You done do it. It gets activated, and it will refresh and show you. Okay, it's activated. Cool. Now let's move on to the next one. So now the plugins are created. We search for plugins. We cleaned up everything. Now let's start by creating your first page. Let's create something new. Uh, this is where we start. So after clicking on that activation, now Foo Gallery, WP, Google, Bluehost, and WP Forms, these are the 4 plugins we have activated. Now we'll go and create pages. So from your same, again, dashboard itself, the menu, navigation menu, we click on pages. We first go to all pages. Again, we went there once and we deleted the page that was there. So we just go and add, we can come here, add a page from there, or add a page from all pages. Again, multiple ways of reaching the same page. When you click on add page, this is where you are brought in. So this might look overwhelming, but this is frankly, I would call, if you have ever used Microsoft Word, this is the same. Uh, what I actually did is I didn't even bother to add anything over here. I created some text in Microsoft Word and kept it, and I just copy pasted the text from Microsoft Word to here. What that does, it even copies the format from Word and leaves it over here. So you don't have to go through or learn the Gutenberg manage block editor. You don't have to learn how to add stuff over here. If you know Word, save something in Word, copy paste content from Word to here, and you are done. It's that simple. So don't worry. So here I just added home content. I'm copying from my doc file, pasting. That's it. This is what I've pasted. So I put in some data around this. So business, something about ourselves, mission, address, and stuff. So one sec. I'm sorry. By mistake, I ran through. Yeah. So this is what we created, and all you need to now do is a very simple thing. Go through anything if you want to change, if you want to create headers, want to highlight something. You have all the formatting. The formatting is similar to my Word, so there is nothing else you want to do. You can add para, you can select size, colors, you can add, you can create header colors, text colors. Everything is doable. But again, if you have copy pasted from Word, you save a lot of time and effort in doing that. You can just use it as it is. Once this is done, we will click on publish. You can either save draft. Normally, you would save draft if you are trying to create everything over here, you are typing everything here for the first time. But since we had already created in Word and we were ready, we are just pasting and publishing. You also, if you click on advanced, have an option of publishing later sometime. So let's say if you have a sale that's going live on 28th or 31st, or Halloween sale on 31st of October, and you want everybody to see that post on 31st itself, you can create your article and keep and say, okay, publish on 31st October and set the time. So that's also something that you can do. So again, you publish. Again, you saw, I hope you saw that. If you see this piece, when you click on publish, yeah, you see this immediately. If you click on that, it will create a drop down and tell you when you want to publish. So till then, it will stay hidden. and the day that you say, it will start showing up. So that's how you can schedule a post if you need. But again, for this use case, we are just publishing right now because that's all we need. So once you do this, it's done. You can click on the view page and see how it's showing up. So yeah, this is the data, the page that we added. Now on the front of site, after the image that was there, it starts showing up like this. So yeah, that's your first page. Now let's once you have now we have created a page. In that page, we had put in two things, right? We had put in a space, address. We can possibly add a map to that address saying, okay, this is where it is. No point creating one more page. It's a description. You can add it there. You can even create one more page and say, okay, reach us, and you can have the entire address and also have the map on that. But I'm just going to keep it simple and keep everything on the front page. So I'll add a gallery as well as uh, the a map on the same page. So this is the home page. So now let's use the plugins that we created. Again, from this page, we again go back to the dashboard because everything is available in the dashboard. Uh, from the dashboard, now let's add a map. So you went to maps, you open that, and there is one map that's pre-created. So we'll just use that. It has a fixed width type and stuff created. Uh, in the maps, what we'll do is we'll essentially use the default one. We'll not go for the upgrade one. Everything is default. Here, it will ask you once it loads, it will ask you, do you want to use Google Maps? Do you want to use open layers? For Google Maps, you'll have to actually register and create an API key and add it over here. For Open Maps, nothing is needed. So let's just use Open Maps. It's simpler. Uh, you do that, select Open Maps, select engine. Uh, that's it. Once you do that, this is how it shows up. Uh, you will have to add an address, or you can even zoom into the place where you want to put the marker on. So I had an address which I wanted to add in. For some reason, the India address, it was not going to that location. So all I did was I moved the map to that place, zoomed into that place, and I just pointed the location over there. So I tried searching, but it just wasn't going there. Maybe it looks at international map. So I just went into that location. I found that location and I essentially zoomed in and put that location. So this is the location that I found. It automatically and put the marker over there. Once I put the marker, it or gets the automatic address over there. So yeah, that's about it. Once you are done, you can just save the marker, uh, and that becomes your map. This is you can zoom in, zoom out depending on how far, how in you want to keep it. So the marker remains there. This is completely zoomed in. So okay, I want to keep it at this level. Once you have decided you are happy with that level, that's that's about it. You can change hybrid or whatever. Everything again, this is completely your choice how you want to put in the map. You create a map name that you can recall. In case there are multiple maps, then that's needed. Else it's the default map. You just have one map, you just use that. You save this. Okay, now we have just saved the map. We have not added to any page. So this was step one. What we'll now do is we'll go to Foo Gallery and create a gallery. So we'll add, what we did is we created a map and kept it. We'll use it. Now we'll create a gallery and keep it. Then we'll add both the gallery and the map on the landing page. So that's how we'll go about this. So again, go to Foo Gallery, go to Add Gallery. Uh, this also has a paid version, but again, we don't need any paid items. We can just live with the free ones. Here, you give a name that you can recall. Again, if you have just one gallery, perfectly fine. If you have multiple galleries, then uh, naming it something relevant makes more sense. I'm going to add this to the home page. So I'm just saying home gallery, home page basically. So it's going to go on the home page. So I can identify media. What I did is I had a few images. You have either uploaded your images or you will have to drop and drag and drop over here. So I had again copy pasted and kept images on my desktop, uh, which I dragged and dropped onto the system. So once you drag and drop, it uploads and shows up. Again, you can click on any image. You can enter all text, title, caption, description. If you have taken some proprietary images, you should mention where you have taken it from. There are some free to use images that you can use like that only. So it depends. Alternate text is when you hover above your image, what the text shows up and stuff. So all that can be added. So you can click one image at a time and change for everyone. But for this demo, I'm just using the default one. So I'm not doing anything new over here. So now once I do this, I will select all images and I'll use all of these images for the gallery. It's just that that's how I want the images to be there. Again, all are selected, add media. So now it is showing up all the items together. Now there are a few things you can do with this gallery. How do you want the gallery to show? Do you want them to show as these blocks, one besides the other? Do you want them to align one big, one small? You want to move one image here and there? All that is possible. It's again drag and drop. No coding, nothing needed, no special skills needed. Just use this and you should be able to done. Again, gallery, I just use gallery settings from responsive image. I just look at what's there and choose what I feel I want to do. I have put in justified gallery. So that what that does is uh, it will create it in a way which is good to look at. See how the gallery looks now with justified. It has adjusted multiple image size where it's created one big, two small and stuff. Again, all this can be customized, drag and drop. You can do everything yourself. Uh, this is just so that you understand all this is possible. So again, once all that is done, that's about it. Uh, you publish the gallery and keep it. Again, you have not published it to on any page. Now the gallery is ready to be used. Perfect. So we created the map, we created the gallery. Both of these items are done. Now let's look at the next interesting step. That will be to add this gallery and this map to our home page. Let's look at that. So now you go to pages. You've already added the page. So you go to all page. Here the home page that we added shows up over here. You go to edit. In edit, you had put in some space. You can define, you can possibly put in some space already, or you can just uh, select where you think you want to add it. So I'm just adding it in between the content that's there. Now, uh, hopefully you noticed what I did. So what we did is, again, let me just go back. When you place your cursor in any of this empty space, you will get this menu. So if you click on the plus icon, it will tell you what block you want to add. There are multiple blocks. So you see WP forms, maps, you see image, but we added our gallery in Foo Gallery. So we'll click on Foo Gallery. And when we click on Foo Gallery, so browse, you will get all the options available over here. You can go from there or from here. You click on Foo Gallery and it will give you all the galleries that you have created. So we had created the gallery and named it home page. So now you understand why name it properly. If you have multiple galleries, you will not know which to add where. So since this was named home page, I know that's the right one. I anyways have one gallery. I select that. Once I do that, insert gallery, that's about it. The gallery is added. It's that simple. Is justified, it automatically adjusts the image size as the page width. So I don't have to go ahead and edit anything. If I create fixed images and stuff, as the page size changes, it will not look good and stuff. So here all that gets taken care of, and that's the reason you use a specialist plugin to be able to help you achieve that. So yeah, that's how this looks. Once I have published this, now I will go and see, you have an option of looking at how this link is going to look at, or how this link is going to show up. So this is desktop. Let's preview this. Uh, let this load. Yeah. So now, yeah, this is the live page that we're looking at, and this is how it shows up. So you had that page showing up, and your gallery now has these images. Now you saw that on that page where you are adding this, the width was different, and the width over here is different. And that obviously leads, and that's the reason you have just self-justified gallery. It will adjust to wherever you are seeing this at. Now the gallery is added. Now let's look at the second part, and that's going to be adding the map. We had added an address downstairs. Let's add the map over there as well. So again, home, the home page, edit. The gallery is already added. We go down. There is this location over here. Let's add the. Let's click on, similarly, just remove this and add the map. You can click on plus. It will now tell you option of WP maps. You see the maps are here, and once you add your map, because that was the map that you had saved, you just add one map. Yep, that's how. And you can move the location of maps up and down. So yeah, your map will appear directly when the front of side loads. It doesn't load in this preview. Let's go and see how the front of side looks like. So yes, you are on the front of side, and yeah, this is how the map now shows up. So you can now, on your landing page, you have some text that you want about your business. You have a gallery. You also have a map that's there. So yeah, the site is building up now. A few items we've added, a lot more to go. Uh, Again, guys, I know this might look a little bit fast, but I am trying to ensure that I try and cover it in a particular amount of time. I also want to ensure I try and cover everything I have. I don't want to let other things go. So again, a reminder, we will be sending this video again. You can refer to it later as well. So if you are not entirely understanding it, it's fine. Go through it again. Still you don't understand, I'll be sharing my Twitter ID with you. Please reach out. I will definitely help you out. Cool. Now let's go to the next page. That's the contact us page. So this is how we go to that. Again, start from the dashboard. Everything starts from here. Now we had installed the WP forms, or the WP forms plugin was pre-installed, right? So now here you go, you create a new form. Again, like everything, you will create a form and then add that form to a page. That's how so you, hopefully you are starting to understand how this works. You create a page, you add text to that. If you want to add a gallery, add a form, anything, then you have to create it somewhere and link it to this page. So that's how the entire architecture of this site is. So again, a form page, that's the brand that I'm using. So this is the form name, contact form. Again, you can put in anything. It's not that you have to put the business name. We'll use a simple contact form. Again, none of the paid options, basic item, our normal site would need. So you create you click on the simple contact form. It will open again a normal form. You might have seen these kind of forms multiple times. It has basic information, name, email. You can possibly go and add phone number. If you want other items, address, or you want specific things, you can keep on adding that. Again, you can change the label from mobile number, instead of number, if you want to add to mobile number, if you want to call something, some field, something else. All this is customizable. That's what it's. And here, if you want to make a field compulsory or optional, you can choose it as required or not required. Is as simple. This, frankly, the form is done. You click on save, you're done. No coding, nothing. And this is all you need. Again, I'm just changing the label just for the fun of it, as in just to show you that this is doable. Again, the even if you go to name, you want to put in placeholder text, I'll show you that also. So let's say if you go to name, right? Here it's blank. You want to put in some placeholder so they see what shows up over your first name, last name, or a dummy name, John Doe. But the idea is they know that you have to go and enter your name. It's just the placeholder value. So yeah, once this is done, save and your form will be saved. So since we have now created the form, I hope everybody knows what's the next step. We'll have to add it to a page. But here we'll do something different. Instead of adding it to the home page, we'll create a contact us page and add the form onto the contact us page, because on home page nobody directly adds in a contact us page. That's not the correct way of doing it. So let's go that route. So let's create a go to pages and add a new page. Again, you can do it after going to all pages or directly add a page, whichever way it just works. You go here, you put in contact us, simple. And once you have put in contact us, click on the plus to add a block, and that will be the contact us block. Here, again, look at WP forms there. That's the whichever form we created, just select the form that we had created. We just had one form. So we use that. The form is here, publish, and you are done. The form is live and ready to go. It's that simple. Hopefully you don't find this very difficult. This is pretty straightforward. This all things are pretty straightforward. Cool. We have created a lot of pages. We have added galleries. We have added contact us forms. We have added images and stuff. Now let's create one of the most interesting things on your site. That's the blog. Why is blog that important? Blog is where you will keep on adding new stuff, new things about your business, about your products. Uh, you'll obviously be adding a lot new items. Anything that comes up over here, you'll normally add on blog. Plus, blog is what will help you get your SEO. And people search for content, and blog is where your content will be. You can't add content on your pages, right? So this is where your content will be. So let's see how to add a blog or how to create a blog. You have created a WordPress site. Now we need to start and create a blog. So yep, let's go to how do you create a blog. Let's first go pages and add a page. We title that page as blog. Again, stick with me. This is a little different. There will be something new that I'll be adding. So stick with me on that. So you create a blog, and this is the page over here. So you just created a page called blog. That doesn't mean your blog is created. Now we'll go to a new section. You go to settings, and in settings, you go to reading settings. I'm just telling you how this will come up. So on settings, you go to reading settings, because this is pretty important. You created a home page and now you're creating a blog. So normally your home page, you will have a sticky page, and that's your landing page. Blog will not be a sticky page. The content will keep on changing. You'll keep on adding new articles to it. So that cannot be your landing page. So what we do is we go to settings, we go to reading, and your home page. In your home page, you put in your home page displays. You have two options. It is not a compulsion that you have to have a static page. But normally if you're looking at a business website or business portal, you would normally have a home page saying, okay, what are you about? So here what we'll do, we'll select the home page as the home page that we had created, and the posts page as the blog page. Uh, Stick with me, you'll understand why I'm doing this. So the blog page that we created will now be the post of any new post we add. A post is something that I have not covered yet. but I'll tell you what that is. Right now, we have just created pages. So we created a post page saying that, okay, open the blog page. For that, anybody clicks on home page, give them the home page that we created originally. So that's what we did. We saved the changes, and let's now look at how the site looks. So this is how the site is essentially looking. You have home, but you don't see all the other pages that you created, right? Do you see uh, all the pages that you created anywhere? So over here as well, if I take you, you just see the home page. Do you see contact us page? Do you see blog page? Those pages are still not visible. So yeah, there is some items that we still need to do. And if you look at this, how this is showing up, uh, so let's see how we add this further. Let's go through this. Now, what you need to do is you need to add blog posts. We added a blog page, but we haven't created a blog. Now we'll create a blog. This is part two of creating a blog. To create blog, you need something called as posts. So till now we were dealing with pages. Now comes in posts. Posts are essentially what I would say is smaller sections of information that you keep on sending to customers, and those keep on adding. So posts have categories. Posts will be of a particular topic. So let's say if this is a optician, so he will have posts on maintaining eye hygiene, maintain cleaning your glasses. So basically different so health related categories, or cleaning related categories, or new fashion related categories. So those will be categories, and he'll keep on adding or sending updates in each and every of these categories, and those updates will go via what we would call as posts. So that's the difference between categories and posts. So now we created a blog. Now those blogs need to have pages of or posts of different categories. So we'll go to posts now, and here what we'll do, we'll look at categories. We'll create a category. There is one unrecognized category that's created. Now first category we'll create, how to take care of your glasses. That's your there. Again, slug is just a URL friendly version of the name and stuff. uh, Add this, and yep, I'll just take you through that again. uh, it's mainly for SEO essentially, the slug piece. Description, if you want to add a description on what the category is all about, uh, just to engage your client, because all this will essentially help people understand what you are trying to help them out with. So which category would they want to look at, or which content they would want to look at. So I added one category. Similarly, I'll add two more categories. I'll not wait to take you through all of that. I'll just add those categories and keep. Uh, so now what I've done is, uh, from post, now I go to, I added those categories. Those categories are done. Now I'll add new post. So again, from post, like in pages, we did add page. I do add post from here. That takes me through a similar looking page, like we saw in pages, right? Again, similar. I have done the same thing. I created 2 3 articles in my Word. I'm just going to copy paste that over here. So how do you copy paste? Add a title, cleaning your glasses, and copy paste the content from Word. Again, you copy paste the content from Word, all your text, formatting, everything sticks. So it just saves you time. And now when you are trying to upload this, or what you should do uh, over here is you can choose to add a video. Let's say I'm adding a video. So I had created a video, or I am right now I'm just taking a video that's available on YouTube. You can embed your own video, but I would rather recommend upload it on YouTube and then link it from there, because uploading on your own site just doesn't help. YouTube will give you better performance on that. So When you do that, just a second, I just missed that one. Yeah, sorry, I just skipped on something. Sorry. So, uh, it's that simple. You just select a block, say YouTube video, give the YouTube URL, and you are done. The video gets embedded in your site itself. Uh, it's that easy. There's nothing, and I've given the reference to the where I've taken this video from because it's obviously not my video. I want to ensure that I've taken it from there. I update this. Your first blog post is created. Now, if you click on this, let's go and that. So uh, you can it shows up similarly. This is how it shows up. What I have also done is I've added a few more posts just to save time. I will not go through that. And again, if you look at categories, all of that have been added to a specific category. You can go and change the category of your blog post and all that is doable. You can assign a particular category and all. So now this is your landing page, but still you can't see my blog post. So let's figure out how we can add that. So here, if you look at again, if you saw the last video, we just took it, we just added content, right? As in it looks fine and all, but this is not interesting. I'm sure all of you have read blog posts from multiple people. It always has a catching image. It always has something to draw you to that, right? Just putting a bunch of text, nobody is going to be interested. So what you should mainly do is add a hero image to this. So over here, uh, on the right hand side, when you are editing the post, you will see a multiple set of things of what you want to do. You can add tags and stuff if you want to and stuff. Again, not necessary. These are items, these are optional items. This is the category in which the article was added, the post was added, so it's there. You can add a new category on the fly also. Tags, again, optional if you want to add. Again, SEO related. So if somebody is looking at this, this is the optimization we'll get. And you see something called as featured image. You should possibly explore that a little. I will take you and show you how the feature image is also to be added. But over here, essentially what I've done is I'm just adding new tags to this. Uh, so that's there. Once I've added the tags, I will now click on featured image and make this attractive. So again, in our media files, we had added a few images, right? As in these are the images. What I want to do is for this specific post, I want to create or I want to upload a new image and use that image. So I uploaded two images. I'll choose one of those for this particular post. So let it upload. And again, same options that we saw last time. So one is cleaning your glasses, the other is taking care of your glasses and stuff. So this is, I have put in the title, I've put in some description and stuff. Again, all optional. You can do it as you keep on refining. You will keep on learning how and what you want to do. So from there, set as featured image. Once you do that, now what will happen is this image will now get linked to your post. How it gets linked, let's view that so you understand how it actually shows up. So now if you view the post, this is how it shows up. It gives you an image, and okay, under that image it will give you the article. So it now links or draws you saying this is related to this particular post. So that just adds that level of engagement. So I believe featured posts, at least for your businesses, is very important. Even blog articles, as in if you're creating something around a blog article, if you put in a image that explains or gives you what you're going to talk about, it just uh, gets people towards it. Again, uh, similarly, the post that we had created on cleaning glasses, right? Here, here I'm just showing you how you can publish it later. I had explained this in pages. Similar option is on post also. So let's say you are launching something and you want it to be live on a particular date. You don't need to sit at 12 in the night and launch that. You can create that whatever time. You can decide what time it goes live, and the time you put in, it just starts showing up to everybody. So similarly, there are some statuses, public, private, and stuff. Public is what will show to people. Private or signed in will not show to everybody. Signed in or people will require people to be members of your blog to see all these articles or this particular post. Private is only to you. So public, for our use case, public works fine. There is nothing else we want to do. So that's what we stick to. Okay, and this is something you can decide when you want to go live with this and stuff. So anyways, yeah, so this is how this turns up. Again, adding new tags and stuff, not waiting for that. Here also you can select the featured image. Here last time I select uploaded two images. I'll upload a third image and then use this image as the featured image for this particular article, cleaning of glasses. It's again just showing that to you again and again, so how you can use this. Cool. So yeah, once this is updated, and this is an existing post I'm editing, right? As in this was already created. I can, so just to show you that once the post is created, it's not that you can't go and edit. You can go and edit and do the same things to already created post also, or you can do it at the time of creating the post as well. So again, nothing defined in set in stone. So now this is how the post will look. The post that we saw, the one with the video. So it will show the featured image, it will show the content, and at the bottom, it will show the video that we had attached. One item that a lot of people forget, and this can lead to a bad experience, is comments. Unless and until you want your site to be a discussion forum where you put in articles, you want people to start commenting on it, because commenting, you will get, frankly, 90% or 80% spam and only 10 to 20% correct. It depends on the kind of site you are building. If it's a site for a business, frankly, you don't need comments on that. It's just information, or it's just a landing page. So depending on use case, you should decide you want to enable comments or disable comments. Here for this site, we'll disable. I'll just show you how to. Again, here you have to come back to the dashboard, settings, discussion. So when you do that, when you have discussions, uh, you mainly just allow people to submit comments on new posts, you remove it. If you had kept this enabled and there are comments and then you want to disable it, then there are multiple things you'll have to do. You'll have to go delete the comments that are already there, disable that and stuff. So if you do this at launch, you don't have to go through all of that and get into cleaning up of your mess. So yep, that's how you mainly disable comments for all posts on all articles that are there. Cool, guys. Again, this is where I'm showing if you had already uploaded something, or if you can also, so let's say if you have disabled comment overall and for one particular article that you are launching, you want to keep comments, you can click on this and allow. So disabling comment overall doesn't mean you can't do it for something new, and vice versa, where let's say you have enabled comments overall and you want to disable it for one particular article, you can do that as well. So it's either or. Now you've added a lot of pages, you have added a blog, everything, but you still don't have a menu. If you have gone to a site, there is always a site, there is always a menu, and how you browse about and where you click and stuff is defined based on that. So let's go through this piece and figure out how you add a menu. This is like one of the critical items that you will need to do. So again, see, you don't see all the articles that you have created. You see just the category. That's about it. Where are the contact? Where is the contact us page? Where are the other pages? So let's see how you go about doing that. So now here is when you get into menus. from your dashboard. So you can go to menus from the navigation bar at the top, or you can go to appearance and menus, and you can click on that. So now in menus, uh, you create a menu. You first, obviously, there is no menu, so you create a first menu, and this you call it as the top menu. Top menu is the menu that you normally see on the top of the site for browsing. So that's what we'll call this, and that's what we'll enable. Now we create menu. In this menu, now we have to decide what all pages show up in this menu. So understand, post will not show up in the menu, pages will. So hopefully now you can relate why we added a blog page and then added all posts to that blog. So now you can, on your menu, show blog as the menu item, and all the posts that you are creating get added under that blog page. So that's how you use pages. So menus, you'll link mainly pages. Essentially, that's what you'll do. You can link post and stuff, but not recommended. The simpler way to do it is this. Again, there is nothing that's not doable. I'm just saying this is how you would normally do. So I say, okay, I want to start showing home, blog, contact us, everything on the one main page. Add it to the menu. It'll show on the right side, and it will start showing up. Once we save it, we'll start seeing that. This is how you can now reorder that, drag, drop, and move. So that's there. Save, and any top level pages that you add, we can say, okay, if I add tomorrow a new top level page that you created, not a sub page, then that adds as a menu item. That can be done, or you can manually select to add it whenever you need to. Now the next major item. You saw what we had chosen. The theme that we had chosen was 2017. That had these spots. For an optician, these spots obviously don't make sense, right? So let's choose a more relevant image and replace this front image with that. So how do we do that? Pretty straightforward. Now, see, again, by the way, the menu that we added and saved, it's now starting to show up, right? Home, blog, contact us now show up over here, which was no longer showing. So this is the top menu that's showing up. Now, from this, we will start and figure out how we want to change. Again, I'm just clicking on home, blog, and contact us and all, and showing how it's just taking you to all these pages. So contact us takes you to the contact us page, blog took you through all the blog articles, home takes you here. Now, when we are on this page, let's, from the front, from the top menu, let's look at customize. When you customize, you straight away go into the theme customization. Here you can customize uh, the text that's on the front of site page. You can customize what all lines you want. You can customize layout, button coloring, menu styling, everything. You can customize everything. But what we will do, we will look at the header media and click on the image, because this image I want to change. So I'll go here. You can either hide an image or add a new image. Let's add a new image. Again, I search for an image and kept. So I will just upload that image once this comes up and choose to install that image. Simple, just select. You can crop how much you want to show. You want to show the entire image. You want to keep it as a smaller part. Uh, because if you keep it very big, the entire page gets filled with that. So you can decide on how much you want to show. And once you have uh, save this, now when you go to your landing page, it looks different. This is how it will show up. Slowly, yep. This becomes your landing page. Now, this looks more relevant for a optician, right? So, yep, that's how. So now when you go to your site, front of site, this is how it is going to. So from this, we went to view. So instead of that pots, this is what you see when you land or at your home page now. Now we have started this, let's look at a few other customizations that are there. So what are these customizations? Let's go through those as well. So now you see all these items. It just looks weird, right? It doesn't look right. I would want to clean it. So let's try and see how we can remove all of that. Uh, Again, and what other customizations we can look at. Again, this is showing up everywhere. So do we want to do that? As in this on the right side also, do we want to show recent posts like this? Do we want to show this looks like a two column layout, right? One column on the right, one column on the left. So what we can do, what I did, I went to uh, essentially the navigation menu and went to widgets. Widgets is something that we hadn't seen. So widgets is where we are going to. Again, widgets also you can reach from the dashboard, go to appearance and go to widget, or you can from that top menu, you can directly reach over here. So now when you are here, you see those bottom items that were there, those essentially were your footers. So do we need footers? Again, sidebar, you are seeing those recent posts, recent comments, search and stuff. So here is where you can decide what you want to show. In footer also, you saw those archives, categories, meta, all that is showing from here. So you can decide if you want the footer, how you want to edit the footer, remove the footer. Let's remove archives, let's remove categories, let's remove meta. I don't want any of that. I'll add instead of this, I'll add something else, right? I'll add some text field, for example. I want to show some particular text on every page, every footer. Let's add what you want there. So I can say, okay, my store timings are this, or I can say, okay, we call on this number for further inquiries, whatever you like. There is no compulsion. Uh, there's nothing that is not doable. It just works the way you want it to work. Uh, so you do this, and again, what you can also do is you can have two particular items. It's not limited to one, right? As in, it depends on what you want to do. So what I am trying to do is one side I will show as phone number, or this is reach out on this number, and I'll show timings that these are our timings. So let's see how this shows up. So once I've done this, I've added these two in the footer, the first footer itself, I'm adding these two items. Now I've saved it. Uh, I'll add the number as well. Again, I had to copy paste it from somewhere, so I just added that. So I'll save this as well. So since this is done, now uh, timings I take on the left. What would have happened on the way we had shown over here? If you had kept it that way, we would have seen that the footer, the phone number and timings will be one below the other. So instead of one below the other, I wanted at one on the left, one on the right. So I am moving this text box from footer one to footer two because footer two was already there, right? So let's move it to footer two. Again, all this you can play around, test and see how this looks like, but this is what I am doing. I know how it's going to look over there, so just moving around that. So I just moved it to footer 2. Let's see how footer 2 shows up. So this is done, and let's go and preview. So now if you look at the live preview, if you go at the bottom, see the layout, the entire chunk of all the pages that were showing up is now gone, and you have simple reach out and timing showing up over here. Looks a lot cleaner, right? Now let's look at the next item. So now you see this over here. Still, I have some concerns. You see this home and business. Normally, I don't know. I don't like this layout. I would rather keep one block of one column of everything. This is into split into two columns right now. Let's fix that and let's remove the entire column itself and let's just look at the text or content that we've added. So let's now again go to the customization bit. Let's go to customization. Over here, what we will do is, okay, this, so we already saw we could change the header and stuff, so not looking at that. Here you can change what's showing up over here and all. Again, not entirely relevant to what we're. I just wanted to show that you can change this from here as well. You go back, and now what you do is, again, header, you can select the entire background to be dark, or you can decide a custom color if you want the whole background to be a particular color, the fonts to be of a particular color. All that, everything can be changed. So all this is completely customizable. And again, it's again, you can drag, drop, and change whatever you want. So there is nothing right or wrong over here. In the header, you can even put a video. Not recommended, frankly, if you ask me. Too heavy for the site. It takes a lot of time for the site to load. Menu also we have added. You can look at social links and stuff as well. Not interested in that. Uh, Theme options is what I'm looking at. So these are the other items that we edited right now. So you can, this is the theme option that I was talking to you about. So we were on two column layout. So first column was showing home and blank, and then the right column was showing the content. So from the two column layout, we are moving to one column layout. So see how it changes the look. Uh, Again, you can change the section, what you want to show and stuff. So front page section shows blog, you want to change to something else. All that is doable, but frankly, we don't need to touch all of this. We are just trying to change the uh, column layout. So that column layout once published, now if you go and view the page, this is how it should look. And this again, you are seeing these three icons on the bottom. One is the desktop layout, the other is the tablet layout, the third is the phone layout. So you can use any of the three to view how whatever changes you're making, how is it impacting, or how your website would look at show up in any of these devices. It's just for that. So cool. Once this is done, we are published and we should be cool. We should be ready to go. Uh, Frankly, very few things left now. So one of the last pages that are left is the privacy page. Uh, Essentially, this is something that you would want to do depending on the business you are creating the site for. If you're creating a business for, or if you're creating a blog, a personal blog which has some proprietary items, if you are creating some content that might belong, we want to protect and stuff. So you can create a privacy page. Again, pretty straightforward. You can go to privacy creators. You have online sites that will help you create this privacy material. Add a page, privacy policy, copy paste the content that you get from the page and stuff. And frankly, you should be ready to go. Once you, again, there was some formatting issue which I had to fix, and like this was not showing up properly, so I had to refix it. Again, I had to cut, copy paste, and so that's something that you can do offline. It's not going to be such a big of a problem. Once this is done, I believe you will also have to add it to the menu, because privacy will not show up over here because we didn't select that add all new pages, right? So you can go to that menu and fix that menu and get this thing added in the appearance bit. Go to your menu and get privacy policy added, which was not showing up. Just do this, add to menu, and it will start showing up. So once you do that and save, uh, your site will start showing up the privacy policy as well. So that essentially finishes what I had to show you guys. Uh, I had a demo of the site, but frankly, you can go to hostingplanlive.com. That's the domain name that I used, uh, and play around. Frankly, that site is live for a few more weeks. So that's there. You can go to that and see. It's hostingplanlive.com. I frankly, we are out of time, or I would have continued and showed you the demo. I would straight away jump on to the questions if you have any. I know that was a long one, but I had to. Frankly, this would normally take you 1.5, 2 hours to cover, but I had to try and condense it in a lesser format. Uh, but yeah, please feel free to ask your questions. Please let me know if you have questions. So I see two questions. One is from CK Raju. How do you migrate a large number of posts from earlier WordPress blog? Posts are frankly easy to migrate. It depends. There are multiple approaches that you can take. If it's just text, XML migration works. If it is not text, if it is a lot of data, I would ask you to use a tool like Updraft or something, or CodeGuard, where you can take the entire backup and restore it on the new site. It's going to be easier that way, because if you have images and stuff and all, you'll have to preserve the integrity, else the post or content go for a toss. Uh, One question I see is from Swati. How to customize the category page? So when you say customize the category, categories are straightforward. They are not specific pages. So it's like I'm writing technology articles. I'm writing for cars. I'm writing for let's say cameras. I'm writing for that. So those are your categories. So they don't have their own pages. They just have their information around. Any other questions that you guys have? Okay. If you have questions, do reach out. You have my Twitter handle. I will be available on that. We will also share this deck with you, and and if you have anything post that, you can definitely reach out to our team as well as us. Uh, Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you. I hope this added some value to you. If not, please share your feedback, and possibly if we can possibly learn from that and do better. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great evening and a great weekend.